Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. You know how sometimes you make those videos and you're like, I can't believe I'm actually making a video about this. This is so weird. This is a topic that I would have been like weirded out to talk about in the past. Well, today's video is going to be some sort of a vlog about the process of me getting my IUD out. I am literally sitting in like downtown during rush hour trying to film this in my car. So if you hear a lot of noises, that's that. Basically, I've mentioned this in a bunch of my hormone related videos, but I do have a hormonal imbalance and I'm really right now focusing on fixing that. That is one of my major goals. It has been for the last year and it is for this year moving forward, however long it takes to fix it. Basically, I'm just trying to adjust a lot of stuff in my life with supplements, with routines, with things that I'm doing to help essentially balance out my hormones and allow me to be my healthiest version of myself. This next step is something that just in my gut I feel I need to do, and that is to get my hormonal IUD removed. With that, obviously, the more you research, the more you learn, the more you know. There are things that can happen with your body when you do get off of hormonal birth control, especially if you have been on it for a long time. I was on the pill from like 16 till 23, I want to say 16 till 23, and then right after that I decided that I wanted something a little bit more easy for my life, so I got the hormonal IUD put in, and I've had that for almost 3 years now. So we're just coming up, almost on 3 years. At the time, obviously I didn't really know much about it. I just thought it was just the easy thing to do, and I got on it, and then I lost my period completely. I was told that's totally normal because I'm on the hormonal birth control, and I just kind of went with it. And then as I learned about my hormonal imbalance, and I've been working a lot on fixing that, I just believe, after speaking with a few professionals, that having the hormonal IUD just is contributing to that. And so I've decided to get it out. It has been a crazy long process. Listen, I love the Canadian healthcare system, but sometimes the wait times are incredibly ridiculous. I made an appointment with my gynecologist in September or late October to make an appointment to get my IUD removed, and I didn't get an appointment till the end of February, which is really crazy. I actually was just with a naturopath at Fortify Foods. So you may remember Dr. Nicole from my vlog when I got my IV therapy done. So when I was at my appointment, I kind of spoke with her about kind of my health struggles, what's going on, why I was looking into IV therapy, what I'm dealing with right now in my life. And one thing that she did speak about is hormonal imbalance, and we kind of talked about IUD getting it removed, and she kind of gave me some tips on how to support my body through it when I do it, just to make sure that when I do go from having a hormonal birth control for years to not having anything, that could also make your hormones kind of go out of whack and whatnot. So she was kind of like giving me tips, and I was like, you know what, I want to come see her for a full-on appointment before I do that, just so that way I can pretty much support my body in the best way possible. And so I just had that appointment with her. It was a lot. It was very overwhelming, but it was very empowering, extremely informative. She's super good. I just feel so much better in my decision, and I feel like I'm kind of going into it knowing a little bit more what to expect. So we just kind of went over medical history, went over what I'm taking now because I go to a different naturopath for my hormonal and my whole naturopath experience, and now I'm going to her just to kind of speak about different things. And so basically what ended up happening is, we did an appointment. I got a few other supplements here to help me out with that. And then Fortify is just like an all-in-one amazing health place. They're like a cafe. They sell like wellness products. They have all these like medical, like beauty aesthetics that are natural that they do there. They have like naturopath, massage therapy, like it's crazy what they have there. So I ended up picking up a smoothie for myself, and I'm picking up Alex from work right away, so I got him a falafel salad from there for dinner. So that is awesome. But I am going to sit down and do a little bit of a debrief on this appointment in a little bit, and then I'm just going to bring you along for my little get my IUD out and try to fix my hormones thing. Today we're sharing our space with Biggie because he did not want to get off the couch, and I don't blame him. It is a lazy Sunday for us today. I just made myself a cup of bone broth. Bone broth is really good for your hormones, and I'm really trying to challenge myself to drink it. The reason I'm saying challenge is because I'm still getting over like the thought of drinking soup. For some reason, it's just like weird for me, but bone broth is really good for you. It's really good for your gut. It's really good for your hormones, your digestion, everything like that. So I'm really trying to get myself to drink it regularly. This one is by the brand Broya. They're a Canadian bone broth company. This flavor is turmeric ginger, I believe. I'm gonna leave their Instagram in the description box because they're really good and they're all Canadian. I love their ingredients. They're all organic, so it's just good for you. On to the little chit chat. I want to do a quick little debrief of what I talked about with the naturopath and a few other things that I'm doing to get ready for when I get my IUD removed. I'm actually getting it removed tomorrow morning. So today's my last day with it. I don't feel weird about it. I feel like I'm excited. I'm excited to get healthier and to hopefully feel better after this. So here is a few things that we did discuss at the appointment. Like I said, I wanted to know as much as I could before I did get it removed, just for personal reasons. If you've watched my channel for a while, know that I am somebody who likes to learn about things, likes to research things, likes to know things, especially when it's related to my health after the slew of health problems I've had in the past. And so I just really wanted to know what I was doing and just to make it the easiest, best transition. I feel like I've worked really hard to help my hormone health, and I know that obviously when I take out my hormonal IUD, that could possibly affect my hormones. So I just didn't want to go backwards rather than forwards on this one. I brought her actually my hormone test, my Dutch test that I did almost half a year ago, I think, around now. And so obviously the results are not how my body probably is right at this moment, but it still gave her an idea of what we're working with and the original reason why I wanted to get my IUD removed in the first place. And then we talked about kind of that. She did give me a few supplements to support that in addition to the ones that I was already taking. And so I did share with her all the supplements that I'm taking currently, and then she kind of gave me 2 additional ones to take to complement that as well and just help support a few little things that could also use a little bit more support in my personal hormone health. Then we talked about basically learning how to track my cycle. I have not had a cycle, I have not had a period in almost 3 years. So that's crazy. That's a long time. I have absolutely zero idea what my cycle looks like. I never tracked it beforehand either. I just kind of like knew when my birth control pill was up, that's when I'd get a period. And yeah, I don't really know what my cycle looks like. So she pretty much said that when I get my IUD, so tomorrow, to start it as day 1 and then to use an app to track my cycle. And then based off of that, that's how I'm going to kind of slowly start learning about my cycle, learning about whether it's coming back, and then practicing the FAM method. So you track your symptoms, how you're feeling. You can track your BBT, so your basal body temperature. That's another thing about the FAM contraceptive method. If you have any sort of discharge, if you got your period, your mood swings, acne, bloating, stuff like that, and then it kind of helps you figure out your cycle. It's not 100% effective, but it does kind of give you a better idea, especially if you're like me and you're totally lost in what your cycle looks like. One thing that is important that I do want to mention is she did say to be very, very careful when engaging in sexual activity for 3 months at least, just because your body's just going through some stuff. So just to be extra careful for the first 3 months until you kind of get to know your cycle. Also, there's no saying when my period will come back. So it's just going to be an interesting experiment for me, which is actually also why I wanted to document it. I've kind of gone through like a little bit of like weaning off of birth control. So I was on the pill from 16 to like 23, like I said. Then when I got off of it, I didn't realize there'd be side effects. I just had no idea. So I got off of it and right away got the IUD. And so one thing that I did notice that was really, really bad is I had terrible back knee, and I didn't know that that was a thing for months. I was like, I never in my life had back knee before. And I, for some reason, was just getting these horrible, like cystic pimples on my back nonstop. It was driving me crazy. I was so self-conscious about it. I was trying different scrubs, different topical treatments. I was like, why do I suddenly have back knee? I don't understand. One day I was literally scrolling on TikTok, and this girl made a TikTok saying, did you know that your back knee is caused because you got off the birth control pill or something like that? And I was like, wow. Anyways, it went away after a few months, but I did definitely struggle with it for at least like 4 or 5, almost 6 months, which was a lot, especially since I had no idea why it was happening. Other side effects, I don't really recall, just because I wasn't paying attention to side effects because I didn't know that there would be side effects. So I'm not too sure whether I'm gonna get back knee again or acne or what's gonna happen when I get the IUD removed. So I guess we'll see. And I did want to share a few other things that I am doing just to help myself prepare for this. I started following a bunch of like Instagram and TikTok accounts for hormone health a while ago, kind of throughout, just so I could get extra tips and tricks on hormone health and whatnot. And I found this girl, her name is Callie Shea, and she's like a hormone health specialist. And I love how just brutally honest and open she is about absolutely everything. She healed her own hormones and then went to school, and now she has all of these like different courses and stuff like that. She provides a lot of tips on her Instagram. I'll leave it right here. And she does have a bunch of courses. So I bought like a 4-course pack. So one of the courses is like all about hormones. It's called Hormone Bootcamp. So it kind of just explains the female cycle, how it works, what hormones we have, why we need them, what they're used for. One is called Hormone Happy Eats. So it's different foods that you can eat to help your hormone health. One's called Breaking Up with Hormonal Birth Control. And the other one is called Intro to FAM Masterclass. So FAM is the contraception method that I'm going to be using now, which is the fertility awareness method. I always forget. I always think FAM stands for like family planning, but no. Fertility awareness method. And so it's basically when you get to learn your cycle really well, and then you know which days you're fertile and which days you're not. AKA which days you gotta be hella careful and which days you're fine. I'm gonna leave the course in the description box below if anybody else wants to learn about it. And then I also got this book. It's called Beyond the Pill. So this also kind of goes over pretty much the similar stuff of getting off the pill, why being on hormonal birth control is not necessarily the greatest option for some. For some people it's good, for others it isn't. And this one talks mainly about the birth control pill, but I feel like I can still relate it to being on hormonal birth control. And then kind of just like how to help your body ease out of it. So I did just get this the other day as well, so I'm trying to like speed read it before kind of I start going through all of that. And yeah, that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna get my appointment tomorrow, so I'm going to take you guys with me, and we'll see where we go from there. I'll track my side effects and symptoms and whatnot if I have any, and hopefully I end up feeling better after getting this IUD out. Good morning! It's the day, time to get my IUD out. I'm honestly not nervous at all. I feel like it's probably not gonna hurt. I'm sure it'll be fine. If it's anything, like, I'm sure getting it in is much more painful than getting it out. So totally fine with it. Just really hope that goes quick, smooth. And I'm gonna actually ask her to do a pap test too at the same time because I'm due for one anyways. And while she's in there, she might as well do it. So hopefully she'll also do it for me at the same time. But one thing I'm really quickly going to mention is that I did start getting cramps this morning, and I don't get cramps. Like, I don't really have a period. I never really feel cramps, like the odd time. But this morning I was getting cramps, and I'm like, is this like the power of the brain that like my mind knows I'm getting my IUD out and like I want to get my cycle back and I'm getting cramps? Or is it like some weird like subconscious nervousness thing? I don't know. Anyway, I figured I'd mention that because it's like super weird, and I felt them again now, and I'm like, why? Woo woo, in and out in like 15-30 minutes. Like, awesome, super quick. Wasn't that painful. It was like uncomfortable, but like for 5 seconds. She did do a pap test, which is awesome. And I'm just gonna go run some more errands, and then I will debrief you at home and let you know how I feel a few hours after getting it out. So I am home now. It's been like 5-6 hours since I got my IUD taken out. I feel totally fine, totally normal. No pain, no feeling different yet. I don't know like when some side effects are supposed to kick in. I did trip myself out though when I was like waiting for her to come into the room. I started binge watching TikToks on people getting their IUD removed, and of course it was like all these like horrible like stories that went wrong and all these like painful things that happened, and I like psyched myself out so hard. There was a lot of them that they couldn't find the threads. So apparently, like, obviously your IUD has threads and that's how they pull it out. They just clamp the threads and but sometimes the threads go up into like your uterus or something, and then they have to like do a whole procedure to remove it. And a lot of people are saying like that happens and it's extremely painful, and then other stuff. And so I was worried, and all these like side effects that people get afterwards, because obviously like your body's so used to being on synthetic hormones that you have like a terrible crash and your hormones are really off and all these things. So with that being said, I psyched myself out a little bit. So far I feel really fine though. I think I will just try to keep documenting things as it goes, but so far so good. I went grocery shopping. He's so cute. I went grocery shopping right after, ran some errands, and I like did a full clean of the house right now, and I feel totally fine. So far so good. Overall, I think the experience was really good, and will keep you all updated on what else goes on with that. But I'm really happy that I did this, and that this is like my next step to healing my hormones. So with that, I will leave you for today's video. If you do have any questions, please pop them down in the comments below or on my Instagram. I love to chat with you all there. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do want to see more hormone related IUD removal regarding videos, then please let me know as well so I know to make more. And I'll see you all in the next video. So know yourself, know your body, and until next time.